The next 2 months will be silly season when you have to look at the candidates 2026 qualification. 2 spots from Grand Swiss, 3 from the World Cup. But Hikaru Nakamura's one comment on one particular rating has drawn controversy. And FIDE CEO Emil Sutovsky has given his clarification when he gave an interview with Chessbase India. Now, just very simply, how does the candidates qualification come about? There is a change in 2026, remember, because 2024 FIDE circuit winner is Fabiano Caruana. He has gone through. Top 2 finishers of the 2025 FIDE Grand Swiss, that is happening in Samarkand. 3 top finishers in the 2025 FIDE World Cup, which will happen in Goa. By November, you will come to know 5 of the 6 of the 8 spots that's there. FIDE circuit winner, that probably Pragnananda will get it, 2025. But Hikaru Nakamura has given one controversial statement on the highest average rating, August 25 to Jan 2026. Now, what is this average rating by which Hikaru Nakamura has raised a controversy about? Hikaru Nakamura on that rating spot has mentioned single FIDE rating spot for candidates is likely kept open for Magnus Carlsen. It is an unfair window and mistake in qualification. Allows players to game their way into the tournament. Game their way into the tournament means they pick and choose certain events. The federation then tells FIDE that this has got certain rating points and it shoots up their average. And Nakamura, in a way, has exposed certain things about the rating system. He's not entirely wrong, though. But FIDE CEO has given a response. Now, how does the FIDE rating system work? Based on a 6-month average rating from August 2025 to January 2026. Whoever plays the maximum level and whoever ensures that they get the best rating at that point, they go directly into the candidates. Players must complete at least 40 games between Feb 2025 and Jan 2026, including 15 games in consecutive ratings list. This is the criteria. From Feb to Jan, you play how much ever games. The average from August to February will be taken. But Emil Sutowsky, the FIDE CEO, has refuted that totally. Completely illogical by Hikaru Nakamura. There was always a rating spot. In fact, there used to be 2. And when you go and check the previous candidate cycles from 2009, 2008, 2007 onwards, Emil is right. There have been rating spots every single time pre-Carlsen, post-Carlsen. If it were specifically for Magnus, we would have limited to only the world number 1. Instead, the regulation states either number 1 or number 2 can qualify by rating. Anybody can qualify based on the rating. He further states, in previous cycle, the highest rated player who didn't qualify through other paths could enter. Correct. Alireza Firouzja, classic case in 2024. We later decided this was unfair. More logical to reward players who nearly qualified through other means. That's why we limited it to the top 2. Candidates, the basic thing that Emil Sutowsky is mentioning is that candidates should be a reflection of the top 8 best players in the world. And that is why they have given this particular cycle that is there. But Alireza Firouzja tested it out last time when there was very limited time. He won 7 straight games in the Rouen Masters that took place in Paris, and somehow he got enough average rating points to seal his candidate spot at the very last moment. Even Gukesh had organized a special tournament. Look at it, Chessbase and the Tamil Nadu government had organized a special tournament in Chennai so that he could qualify through the FIDE circuit. Now, both aren't entirely wrong. Nakamura is also not entirely wrong. Emil Sutowsky is also not entirely wrong. The problem is when you have to look at the qualification, especially for the FIDE circuit and especially through the rating system, the rules are pretty fluid. And one entity might have a problem with it, but Emil is absolutely right in stating it was never meant for Magnus Carlsen. There is always a rating system. Now, how they utilize it through the FIDE circuit and how they utilize it through the ratings, that is up to the player and the federation. That FIDE might have to have a tight control over it. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.